This is LinguaFox, your shortcut to clear, confident, and fluent English. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on a powerful secret the best speakers in the world use daily: the broadcaster voice. If you've ever dreamed of sounding fluent, effortless, and articulate, like a TED Talker speaker or a confident news anchor, this episode is your moment. Because speaking like a broadcaster isn't just for professionals. It's for you, the learner who wants to own every word, every pause, and every conversation. So let's get loud and let's get fluent. Why broadcaster voice works. Let's start with the why. Why does the broadcaster voice work so well for English learners? Because it brings together the three golden pillars of spoken fluency. 1. Clarity. You are much easier to understand when you pronounce every single syllable and every single word clearly. 2. Confidence. You sound like you know exactly what you are talking about. That's what confidence does to the way you speak. 3. Control. You slow down. You breathe. You own your delivery. And when you sound confident, people stop. People pay attention. And they listen. The real magic? The broadcaster voice neutralizes accent confusion and hesitation. It makes every word land with intention. Imagine sitting in a job interview or giving a presentation. This voice makes you magnetic. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, your delivery will make you unforgettable. Breathe like you mean it. Let's get tactical. Step 1. Breathe like a broadcaster. The number one fluency killer? Shallow breathing. News anchors and broadcasters, even podcasters, train themselves to breathe from the diaphragms, not the chest. Let's try this now. Place a hand on your stomach. Inhale deeply. If your hand rises, you're doing it right. Now speak while exhaling slowly. Can you hear that? That's calm authority. Diaphragmatic breathing does not just help your voice. It reduces anxiety. When you breathe deeply, your brain gets more oxygen. Your heartbeat stabilizes. And your speech slows naturally. It's like your voice just put on a superhero cape. Let's not forget the power of the pause. Next up, pausing. Most learners speak too fast, afraid of silence. But broadcasters, they use silence. Because the pause is where meaning happens. Say this aloud. Fluency is not about speed. It's about presence. Notice how the pause adds drama, focus, and weight. Want to sound fluent? Don't rush. Pause, breathe, and eventually deliver. When you pause, your listener processes more. Your message becomes sticky. It's the difference between forgettable noise and memorable speech. You also sound wiser, even if you're just asking for directions. Pitch is your superpower. Do you sound robotic when you speak English? That's because your pitch is flat. But broadcasters use pitch like a melody. They go up for excitement. They come down for certainty. They dance with their voice. Try this out loud. I absolutely love how English sounds when it's spoken clearly. You feel the rhythm? That's how exactly you engage ears, not just words. Pitch variation creates emotional connection. It makes you sound human, sincere, and passionate. You don't need to act, just care about what you're saying. Let your tone reflect that. Pitch invites attention, and attention breeds understanding. And that understanding functions as a magnet. Over-articulate to train accuracy. Broadcasters open their mouths wide. Mumbling is the enemy of fluency. Practice this. Say, "Today is a brilliant day to speak brilliant English." Over-enunciate. Exaggerate. Feel your cheeks and lips working. It might feel weird at first, but it builds muscle memory for clarity. Let's do this again. Today is a brilliant day to speak brilliant English. This technique trains your pronunciation muscles. Every time you exaggerate, you're shaping your mouth for English. It's vocal gym for your fluency. Think of it like fitness for your face. And yes, you'll feel the burn, but in a good way. Read aloud every single day, for as long as you want to be able to speak fluently, like a broadcaster. If you don't know how to start reading aloud, please check out episode 19 of LinguaFox, which appears at this moment on the top right corner of your screen. Reading aloud is basically your secret weapon. It does everything at once. It improves pronunciation, adds rhythm and pace, helps you notice awkward phrasing, and builds fluency momentum. Start with 5 minutes, only 5 minutes. Choose any text, a blog, article, podcast script, or even a story. Record it, listen, and improve. Want extra power? Mimic a real broadcaster's voice. Repeat their lines. Absorb their tone. You'll evolve without even realizing it. Reading aloud connects the eyes, brain, and mouth. It turns passive vocabulary into active speaking power. And over time, your brain learns to expect fluent delivery, and your tongue follows. You literally rewire your fluency pathways. When you train like a broadcaster, something else happens. Your self-perception changes. You're no longer just a language learner. You become a speaker, a communicator, a voice worth hearing. And the world responds better to people who sound like they believe in their own voice. So if you're tired of doubting your English, if you want to stop mumbling, rambling, or hiding, start broadcasting your message, even if it's just to yourself in your room. Because fluency isn't only about grammar. It's about energy, rhythm, and vocal ownership. The broadcaster voice is not about faking anything. It's about amplifying your best self. Once you hear yourself sounding powerful, clear, and confident, you'll believe in that voice. And so will everyone else. That's a wrap on episode 20 of LinguaFox, your shortcut to fluent speech. If today's episode fired you up, share it with a fellow learner who's ready to break through. Comment, tag LinguaFox, let your voice be heard. This isn't just English. This is your voice, evolving one step at a time. Until next time, this is Abbas Salahshour, helping you sound the way you were always meant to sound. Goodbye.